It was Christmas Eve, and the small town of Everwood was covered in a blanket of snow. The streets were quiet, save for the soft crunch of boots on fresh snow and the distant laughter of families gathering around their Christmas trees. Inside one particular home on Maple Street, the Johnsons were preparing for their first Christmas without Grandma. Linda had taken over the holiday traditions, cooking the Christmas dinner, setting the table, and hanging stockings by the fireplace. The kids, Daniel and Lucy, were excited, but there was a somber feeling hanging over the house. Grandma's passing had left a hole in their hearts, and no one was sure how to fill it. After dinner, as the clock ticked closer to midnight, Mom suggested they all retire to bed. The kids reluctantly obeyed, their excitement waning with the heaviness in the air. As Daniel climbed into bed, he noticed something strange through the window. A figure, cloaked in black, stood at the edge of the yard. Its face was hidden by a hood, and its body seemed impossibly tall, like it stretched toward the heavens. He rubbed his eyes, but when he looked again, the figure was still there. "Mom!" Daniel called out, his voice shaking. "There's someone outside." Linda hurried to the window, but by the time she pulled back the curtains, the figure was gone. "Daniel, it's probably just a trick of the light," she said, in a slightly shaky voice. "Go to sleep now, all right?" But sleep didn't come easily for Daniel. The house seemed too quiet, the shadows too thick. Every creak of the floorboards, every gust of wind, made his heart race. At exactly midnight, he heard a soft knock at his door. He froze, thinking it was his mom checking on him. But when he opened the door, no one was there. Then he saw it, a small, intricately carved wooden box, sitting on the floor just outside his room. Curiosity got the better of him. He sat down on the bed, running his fingers along the delicate carvings, until something inside the box clicked open. The lid creaked, and Daniel recoiled as he saw what was inside, a small, porcelain doll, dressed in an old-fashioned Christmas gown. The doll's eyes were wide and glassy, but there was something haunting about them, something lifeless. Before Daniel could process what he was seeing, a voice echoed through the house, low and raspy.
"The gift has been delivered."
Daniel spun around, his heart pounding in his chest. Standing in the doorway, just out of the moonlight, was the figure from the yard. Its hood was now pulled back, revealing a face that wasn't quite human, a mask of hollow eyes, a grin that stretched unnaturally wide.
"You shouldn't have opened it,"
the figure whispered. The last thing Daniel saw before everything went dark was the doll's eyes staring back at him, blinking. The next morning, Linda found Daniel's room empty. The window was wide open, and a single, small wooden box lay on the bed. The only thing missing was the doll. Somewhere in the quiet town of Everwood, the figure in black smiled, and the whisper of "the gift has been delivered" faded into the winter wind. The curse had been passed on.